Thanks to this evening's live stream. Third stream since we came back, and I am actually already started working a little bit. I am working on adding some more characters to the story I started on Friday. And when that's done, I'm gonna move over to editing one of my other stories. Just try to edit a chapter. If I can edit a chapter, I'll be so happy. So that's what we're doing. So that is the plan. Do some character profiles. Enough information for me to make them real and realistic. So that is kind of the game. I'm not going to go like deep diving because this is more so just for my entertainment. Hello, Gwen. Hello. But still enough for me to make them visually there. In a sense. So that's what we're doing. I did have to Google how many people are necessary to run a pirate ship. And the typical stations they have. So I did have to do that. And still wondering if I should have more or not. So that is what I was doing. Gwen, I should be doing editing, but I want to finish my Easter dress. Hey, Easter is only once a year, so I would just keep on it. I'm not working on Easter dress. Why not? Yeah, I should be cleaning or doing stuff around the house, but I want to work on my writing, so we're going to do that. And I also should be editing, but I'm working on the pet project instead. Before I start editing. Because I said I was going to start editing. I was going to edit one day, but since I started working on this 15-20 minutes ago, I'm like, I'm just going to work a little longer. Just a little longer. Itty bitty. So yeah. I had to Google that. Where is it? I'm also trying to keep everything extremely organized. So yeah. I also kind of want to find a picture that I feel inspired, or I feel the characters might look like. So also of that. I would love to have a character profile picture, just an inspo character profile picture for each of the crew. We might do that. I need to fill this in first. And I have a few actors that I'm just going to use as inspiration. Of course. Yeah, more so as inspiration, nothing. So I need to find a cute, appropriate photo of those actors and place them in my folder so I can see, the character I'm thinking is like these. So visualize these. So yeah, let me see. Yeah, rabbit hole? No, never. Yeah, I'm gonna be on. I probably end up spending majority of the stream just doing this because I love it. I love world building. It's so freaking fun. I haven't started writing the thing, and I'm just stopped in there. What is it, bro? Yeah, it's very slow. It's actually before I changed computers. Because I first thought it was just my Mac, because the Mac couldn't be updated because it was done. And now I have a new computer, a PC, which is supposed to be better for streaming, and it's extremely slow. What's up with that? And I have been tweaking the settings, but nothing is changing. So Oh yeah. We had a question. Wait. Okay. Yeah. Haha. Oh yeah, one of my new updates. Have questions that I can change out. Yeah. Streamlabs just being a douche. My chat box is being a douchebag. Sorry about that. Okay, how about we start working? I'm gonna continue down this Pinterest rabbit hole, filling in more information, seeing if I have some names already picked. So, but I might need to change some of them, but me. Okay, we are gonna start the first print of the night. We're gonna keep on, or I'm gonna continue my work on this until I can't. I feel the need to stop and work on some editing. I have way too much stuff to edit. Way too much. Anyways, these darlings, now let's get to it. See you in 25, and remember to hydrate. Anyways, see you in a bit. And we are back from our first sprint of the night. How did you do? How did you do? Remember, all progress is good progress. I am like adding details into the crew, onto the crew I'm working on. So I'm working on the pirate crew for the passion project. It's a pet project. And I am just working on personality of the crew that I picked or made. I had to Google what kind of the names for all the placements. Like, I don't know why. My brain went empty. It was like, oh, I need a cook. I need a first mate. What else do I need? Had to Google that. So I got a few places or jobs aboard a pirate ship and start rearranging and finding names and roles. And now I'm working on the personalities of the crew that I've put together. A very short, teeny text on each of the characters. Just something roughly so I can kind of have something in my hand. I like having things ready. I'd rather not use it than not have it. So, let me see, Allie. I am just gonna hang in the chat, play Sims, and eat if it ever arrives. Enjoy your meal and hope Sims is fun. Gwen, waistband is attached. Ooh, well done. Yeah. Yes. I am actually, though, thinking about forcing myself to close this file and move over to editing, because I do really need to edit. I did spend Friday, a little bit on Saturday, working on this Monday, and I should force myself to do some editing. I'm just gonna close it. No, I need to. Okay, I'm gonna move over to editing next sprint. I need to move over to editing. Going to Allie. Last time I ordered food, they gave me the wrong order. That is bad. I think the only time I've ordered food was when I ordered pizza, but I usually just pick it up myself for the simple reason the delivery people never seem to be able to find my house. Never. I would put an exact description on where they should go to find my exact door, but they always went wrong. So I stopped ordering. And now I pick up everything, even though it's cold when I get home. So, of course, I can't order anything anymore anyway. So since I'm living right outside the city, and people are definitely not going to drive here to give me food. Let me see. Who ordered a healthy wrap? They gave me KFC. Yeah, that's not healthy at all. Hopefully they compensate you with something. That's usually how it's here. If something screws up, if the company screws up and you complain very loudly, often they will try to comp you off with something else. I don't have a car. A delivery is the point of not going out. I know that. Like, my former neighbors were always ordering takeout. Every single freaking week. Every week. So, oh, you got a refund? That's something. So, yeah. Yes. Allie, I would be very surprised if you would complain quietly. Yeah, it would be very surprising if you were to complain, not silently or quietly. My dear. My dear, let me see. What was the thing? I just remembered there was a thing I was gonna turn on from the beginning of the sprint. Okay. Okay. So I'm testing out a new feature. What is this? I pushed something. Okay, I fixed it. BQ, did you eat the KFC? KFC sucks in the UK. Oh, in the UK sucks. The KFC is very good here. And actually, if you're a little snobby about your KFC like I am, I actually just buy it from 2 locations because they are so busy. The chicken is always fresh and very tasty. So yeah, the only time I think I've had KFC is in the States, and I think 2 out of the 3 times I've had KFC in the States, I didn't like it. Probably because I'm a snob when it comes to my KFC. No, it had, you know, the chlorine that is in a lot of water in the States? It had chlorine taste. The chicken had chlorine taste, which was very weird since we don't put chlorine in our water, our drinking water. So that made me not want to eat it. So, oh, wait, I'm not supposed to eat fried food. Yeah, okay, that is understandable, even though, should anyone be eating fried food? But, yeah. But yes, I was starving, so I ate it. As long as it didn't make you sick, that's the most important part. Most important part. Whoop. Okay, we are going to continue. I also remembered I have it added in a few of the photos, inspo photos, to my file after I accidentally deleted and I had to start over again on Monday on my notes. Yes, I did that. I had chaotic notes that I could rearrange and fill in again, but I need to add the photos again. Inspo photos. Before I get why I have these photos, because that will happen. It will happen. Yeah, then the trans fat in the fast food or deep fried food is extra bad for you. Understandable. That is a very logical reason to avoid it like the plague. So, yeah, then, yeah. No. We don't want to eat that. Yeah. Okay. Okay, my lovely human beings, my adorable munchkins. How about we start the next spread? Shall we? Yes, indeed. Let me see. Okay. Let's hope you're ready. Remember to hydrate. Have some water. My water intake has dropped while on sick leave, so I'm trying to fix that now, especially during streams. And we're gonna start the next band. So guys, I'll see you in 25. And we are back. How did you do? How did you do? I am taking some notes on the story I'm supposed that I was going to work on tonight. I opened the file. I started by asking Copilot, what are your comments and what score would you give this for publication as a horror story? And when I say Copilot had an opinion, it had a lot of opinions. So it demands I fix a few things and be less graphic in I think it's a few scenes. I found that hilarious. I was like, what do you mean? So yeah, I am asking it for notes and I am going through every chapter and fixing things. So that was interesting. So yeah, that is what we're doing. Hey, Morningstar. Thanks for stopping by, Renee. Let me see, Gwen, I sewed the skirt with the wrong seam alone, so I have to do it over. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm reading the comments it's giving me, and I'm like, so, oh my lord. I seriously need to edit the later half of this book better. Oh my lord. Let me see. So yeah, sorry, I'm distracted by that. That was a shock factor. Maybe not a shock factor. So I'm working on one of my Icelandic stories. It's a folklore horror story where a lot of people die. And Icelandic folklore is very interesting. So I got a little graphic in the description on how some of things happen. So, hey JK. So usually like few of the deaths are a little graphic to stay true to how I remember my folklore, Icelandic folklore. And Copilot was like, that is too graphic. That is bad. Shame. I'm like, and then I was like, it's for grown-ups. And they like, one of the comments I got, I kind of just have to tell you this. So one of the comments was like, this sounds like a BDSM situation, which you need to take that, draw that back. It's too rough. I'm like, what do you mean? It's Icelandic folklore. So, so yeah, which was funny. It potentially I should clarify a little more. Why? Maybe explain that scene a little better for my non-Icelandic readers if I publish this book and get it published in other places than Iceland. Because not everybody knows Icelandic folklore. And if you're gonna ask me why did it ask me about BDSM connections in my story, basically there are like in a few stories in Icelandic folklore, with the hidden people, female huldufolk or hidden people would come and saddle a man with a horse saddle and horse briars. Oh no, I think it's no, not briar. The for horses, but for but for a human, and they would ride them like a horse while they were sleeping or unconscious. Of course, the human would be doing the things they asked him like a horse, but he would be doing it in a dream state. And yeah, I think co-pilot is a wuss. I agree with you, Gwen. So that is one of the more interesting stories. So I think I might need to explain to co-pilot why, or make it in a way so it's very descriptive, but for a person that does not know about Icelandic folklore, maybe make it in a way that is shocking but not traumatizing. When I think about it, maybe this description would be semi-traumatizing for a sensitive soul decided to pick up my book. So, yeah. So, I asked, like, submission ready for a publisher. 5 out of 10. Yeah, like, if you guys didn't know, I have been using Copilot to get feedback, like, on the score for 1 to 10. How ready is the book, or how close is it, like, where I am right now? And, like, main comments. Yeah. It's like, oh my god, there's too much abuse in there. There's too much violence. I'm like, the only violence is in one freaking chapter. And that's main, 2 chapters, and it's the main death part. No, not funny myths, but folklore. Some of the folklore in Iceland was supposed to be scary. It was supposed to be scary. So all our folklores and stories that we were taught as kids, like the thing where the hidden woman would ride the human men, saddle them up with a horse saddle, and I think it's called a briar that goes in their mouth and over their head, and as the men slept, they would act like their steed, and they would ride them to a ball of the hidden people. That's one of the stories. That's something I heard as a kid in school. It was one of the stories we got told, like a scary story. So, but yeah. Not furry myths. Okay. Anyways, I am gonna go back to, I think I might do 2 more sprints before calling it quits for the night. It would have kept me from leaving the house for sure. I'm also a wuss, so I sympathize. So that maybe that's so I'm petrified that this won't be scary, or this will have no scary effect. That is what I'm trying to avoid. So I'm trying to make it as keeping you on your toes as much as I can. And then I'm also wondering, what if I go too far? That's the other thing. I would like that if somebody read my book and was like, I could not turn off the light for a week, or or a few days. That would make me happy, but I still don't want to traumatize the reader for life. But I still want them to be a little like, I'm not turning off the light. No fucking way. Or I am going to say hi and thank you to every rock I come across in Iceland. If I could get that effect for the story, that if it was to be read in the like English or other countries, that if a tourist came here, I made sure to be very respectful to every big rock they saw. But if there was a potential spookiness, they were like, remember, be respectful, be nice, be nice. Because that's the main common thing in all folklore here in Iceland, that the people that are nice, are helpful and good, are usually rewarded with riches and something that helps them in life. While the rude people usually get punished, if not killed. Usually. So, maybe that would be a win-win. Anyways, the aspect of scaring people to be nice. Anyways, so that is, yeah. So I'm reading from chapter 1 all the way to the last chapters, and I'm just gonna see how things go. I think I'm gonna start by reading everything, marking it out with like in my file, marking it with red, so I know what parts to fix. So first read, highlight things I need to fix, and then go back and fix. So I think that's gonna be my strategy for the rest of the stream. And yeah. So let's do that, shall we? Let's. So guys, remember to stay hydrated during the stream. I'm gonna stop talking and get back to work. So guys, see you in 25. Let's get back to work. And we are back. How did you do? How did you do? Still reading over. I'm trying to double check if there are repeats, because I tend to do that. Did the mistake of asking Copilot to find repeats. It crashed. So I am reading over and marking all major repeats. So that is what when. Oh boy. Oh, so yeah, I'm getting help finding all potential repeats in the file as I'm reading over to make sure that it is as clean and entertaining as possible. Let me see, how did you guys do? Morningstar, send letter to one of my editors. Now I'm working on the hated blurb magic. Yeah, blurbs are not easy, I must admit. Sometimes they are. Like when I'm doing an outline or like world building for a story that I don't know if I'm going to write or not, I will usually do a kind of blurb for the outline and then have to rewrite it when I actually write the book, because it maybe isn't exactly like the blurb was. And that's mainly just to get me a little excited for the story. Let me see. Interesting. Anyways, Gwen tedious. I'm hand stitching the waistband facing down over the skirt seam. Yeah, that is definitely very tedious. It always surprises me when it comes to sewing how time consuming it is. It just blows my freaking mind. I'm like, I'm gonna sit down and finish sewing these curtains and I'll be quick. 20 minutes tops. Few hours later, I'm still hemming. So yeah, that was just curtains. I had to shorten the curtains I have in my bedroom and my sister's room, and I had to put blackout fabric behind my main curtain. And that was so freaking tedious to measure it up to make the fabric line up precisely, and then having to hem and fold. It was driving me nuts. It took me a whole freaking day to do 4 curtains, which is ridiculous. Let me see, Rachel. I'm still working through the first section of the manuscript, trying to decide where I can place chapter breaks. Another tedious job, but hopefully entertaining one. Well done, well done. Yeah, I'm just finding repeats. How many chapters did I have? Oh. Okay, let me see. Let me see what the blind stitch is my friend. It's a skill that is very good to know. Knowing how to do a blind stitch hem stitch. Let me see. I made curtains and that's for my kitchen window, and it took 11.5 yards. It is kind of nuts. Like I need to redo my curtains in my bedroom. I definitely need to redo them. They're fine. The fabrics are too thick, so I can sleep during the summer. But I definitely need to redo it because I was stretching it a little too thin. I think I would need 2 more curtains in both windows just to make the ruffles look good. So, but it takes a lot of fabric. It's nuts. Like, and even here in Iceland, you can't buy fabrics in meters or yards here anymore, except paying a ridiculous high price. Ridiculous. It's like buying a luxury item. Fabrics here are extremely expensive. But yeah, 10 meters for your metric foot. Yeah, that does not surprise me. That does not surprise me. I think I had a 4-meter window, big window in my old home. It was 4 meters wide. And I had, oh, wow, I swear, my brain is like, nope. How many curtains did I have? Wait. I had in total, I think, 12 or 14 meters of fabric just for the big window. I had like voile, like it's white fabric. It's called the voile, V-E-O-L, voile. And it's like thin, very thin, light fabric. And yeah, I think I had 12 or 14 meters of that just in that one freaking window. And a little small window, it was probably maybe 1 meter, 120 or something. And that took 3 or 6 meters, 3 meters. It was crazy. Let me see. Gwen updates on her porch. Let me see. Not yet. This roof had car troubles. The roof had car troubles, so it's not coming. A roofer until Saturday. That sucks. But as long as she shows up. As long as she shows up. That's the most important thing. Oh boy. Copilot is giving me so much homework. I also asked for notes on the level of tension, or not tension. Yeah, the levels of like scariness and like high energy. And I basically got, for every chapters, just a score from 1 to 10. And notes. Oh, damn. Now I need to read everything twice. Okay, I will have to read it much more than that. Anyway. Let me see, Gwen. I used this curtain project to learn the blind hem stitch. After 70 feet, I got it down. I really want to try to do like decorative stitching on my sewing machine. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on that. Because I have a lot of settings on my machine. I actually have 3 machines. Yeah, don't ask me why. Actually, I got one given from work when they stopped showing this machine at work. But 2 of my machines have a decorative setting, so I really want to try decorative sewing, rotary kind of with the sewing machine. But I haven't gotten myself around to it. Probably one of those. I like to try that hobbies that I never do. But it's so cool. It's so cool. People make decorative flowers with thread and a sewing machine. Anyways, okay, this will be the last sprint of the night. I'm gonna move the text. Right on cue. I'm getting tired. Okay, we're gonna do... decorative stitches are fun, but they don't work with certain fabrics. So. Yeah, that's kind of also the problem. You kind of need the bright fabric for it to work. But I've also been very interested to try, when you decorative beading, sewing with beading, like doing beading artwork
out of decorative beads. I've been seeing a few girls doing a freaking masterpiece with beads on fabric, and I'm in love. But passion project that I probably will never get around to, but we will dream. Anyways, one final sprint before I call it a night. So how about we jump to it and get this part started? Do one final push. So guys, we're gonna do that. Oh wait. Last sprint. See you in 25. And we are back from our last sprint of the night. I'm going over all the many comments Copilot gave me. So yeah, I'm doing that. I'm fixing and tweaking. So that's interesting. That's very interesting. So yeah, doing that. Trying to hype up the feeling of dread and terror. Or something like that. So, but it's just the first chapter I'm working on again. So we're trying to make it more clean, take out all over repeats, overusing the same word. So we're polishing. So we're doing that. But anyways, how did you guys do? Let me see. What is that? Thank you for joining me, darling. Let me see. Gwen, I got the tie for the dress put together, flipped right side out. Well done, well done. You're still stuck in the blurb land. Understandable. It is a tedious thing to do. Very tedious. I'm stuck in editing land, so even though I did work on my pet project earlier, and I'm a little more work on the outline, the world building, and I'm pretty sure I can start writing it, so. But I'm not gonna hurry, I'm not gonna rush it. We're gonna enjoy the process because I have too much stuff to edit, and I would like to have this as a pet project to fit, like, keep on working on while I'm finishing, like, finer all the editing process of all the other books. I do have another book that I need to rewrite or do the second draft of, though. But still. Anyways, that's gonna be all for me tonight. The weather is picking up, so we're stopping at a perfect time. There's supposed to be another storm tonight again. Probably gonna be snowed in again tomorrow, for the most part. There was so much snow outside my door yesterday and this morning that I could almost it almost closed my door. Almost. I kept opening it to make sure the snow wouldn't lock me in throughout the evening when the weather was at its worst, and as I didn't sleep until late, I was constantly just going opening the door, moving the snow away. Thanks, Gwen. Yeah, I have a fireplace, so I will keep adding wood into the fire if I get cold. So thank you, dear. Anyways, I'm going to put some music on, work a little more on this thing, and I will see you guys on Friday. Have a wonderful evening, my darlings. Thank you so much for joining me. Always a pleasure having you all.